Welcome back, folks. We're joined once again by Tom Bergeron, who's editor and chief content officer at ROI-NJ. Good to see you, Tom.
Good to be here. Thanks for having me.
Real quick, let everyone know, describe ROI and then what the website is so we can put it up there.
ROI-NJ.com. Listen, we're a multimedia platform, both a website and a print edition, although right now we're doing a digital version of the print edition. Until COVID passes. We like to think of ourselves as covering business and politics in the state, and especially how they intersect.
Yep. And by the way, we have a content sharing partnership with ROI. Let me just disclose that. But let me deal with this. We just actually had a state senator on. We're State Senator Declan O'Scanlan. We're taping on the 16th of June. We'll be seeing later. We never try to be timely. If you want to be timely, watch NJTV News, watch Metro Focus on public television. However, we actually had O'Scanlan on, Senator O'Scanlan, who kept saying that Governor Murphy, we don't know what statistics he's looking at, what metrics he's looking at, but he's taking way too long to do what he needs to do. By the time this airs, things may have changed. Do you think it's a legitimate criticism of Governor Murphy that no one knows what statistics he's looking at?
I would say that's a very legitimate concern of the governor. I don't think anyone is necessarily against what he's doing, but they want to know, how it's being made. And, a couple of times he keeps stressing data determines dates, but it will never give you the data. He'll just say vague things like we look at a lot of things. And if he just came up and was a little bit more specific, and I can understand from his part, he doesn't want to be held to things. I think he's a lot of the concern.
Yeah, but with things changing so quickly, Tom, I'm not here to be an apologist for the governor, but isn't it fair to say that it's really virtually impossible to say certain things will happen because there are so many variables and moving parts?
I agree with you entirely, but the counter and the problem is that he does give dates. And since the 16th, we just had the opening of outdoor dining on the 15th. He gave that date 10 days before and said, data determines dates. It's going to be the 15th. And everyone said, hey, why don't we do it on the 12th? Give him the Friday, give him the weekend. And he said, well, no, data determines the dates. Nobody believes that specific data said it specifically could open on the 15th and not the 12th. So, that's where he loses people a little bit. I don't think people are necessarily against what he's doing and the slow rollout. And look, this is a really, really difficult situation. As someone said to me, shutting down is really easy, opening up is really hard. And, that's where we're at.
Let's talk about another piece of this. The racial injustice, the institutional racism, the social issues going on right now post George Floyd and other horrific incidents we see on camera involving men and women of color involving police. The governor was at a rally protesting with his mask on. To disclose, I was as well here in Montclair. Our son was involved with some students at Montclair High School. There were about 4 or 5, maybe 6,000 people there. I believe everyone had a mask, but the governor was there as well. It was way more at the one in Montclair and the one the governor was at, the one in Newark, all over the place. It's not the number that is supposed to be together. The governor said it was different in this case because the issue was so important. Does that fly with everyone?
It doesn't. He's correct in saying that this is a different type of issue and a different type of time and a different type of moment. And if you want to say that we're going to relax the rules on that, that's fine. But you can't go back and not relax the rules on other things. The governor last week had dinner with the president in Bedminster. Okay, who's going to turn down a chance to have dinner with the president? It helped with the Portal Bridge, but at the same time, he's saying no in the indoor dining, but he's having indoor dining. So again, like everything else, if you're for him, you're going to say yay. If you're against him, you're going to say boo. It's a tough line that he's trying to walk. He generally has done it very well. There's going to be some slip-ups, and when there are, people are going to jump on him fairly or unfairly.
ROI does talk about, write about, and examine and analyze politics and business. But what really strikes me on the political end of this, and I actually thought, Tom, I'm naive enough to think that somehow with COVID-19, there wouldn't be such a Democratic, Republican, conservative, liberal, blue and red divide. But I was literally wearing a mask the other day, and a friend of mine who is frankly a pretty significant Trump supporter said, wow, a mask. It shows not that he knows my party affiliation because it's no one's business. It shows what a Democrat you are. And I thought, really, the mask means you're a Democrat? Not wearing the mask means you're Republican? Oh, you're in the media, so you would wear a mask. Where did the whole thing, there's a question here, trust me, the whole thing about masks, not a mask, being associated with people's perception of political, cultural, social ideology?
It's a crazy situation where everything now is left or right, for, against, pro, and con, the whole cancel culture that's coming out. And it's a danger, and we all know that. But everybody seems to want to jump one way or another, take one aspect, one decision, one statement, and say this defines somebody. It's silliness, it's craziness, as everybody's grandmother has said at one point or another. There's no cure for stupid. People want to do stupid things and think stupid things, they're going to do it. And that's just where we're in right now. And all of this, of course, is heightened because we've all been trapped and tied up and held up in all of our situations. And it's just making people want to lash out. And that's unfortunate.
Got about a minute left. Business people you talk to every day, they're struggling. They're trying to make budget, hold on to their people, keep their business alive. They have a legitimate beef by saying just open up everything in New Jersey, given the fact that we see what's going on around the nation, some other places that have that have opened up and the cases are going up. Help us on that.
So here are the issues. You can say that you can let all businesses open up because nobody has more to lose than the business themselves, right? If you and I own a donut shop and we open the doors and there's no safety precautions and there's no social distancing or any of the rules, people are going to walk in, walk out. They're never going to come in again, and they're going to tell their friends not to go there. So the person that loses the most would be the business owner. And that's going to be easy enough to say, just let everybody open up. The governor is going to say, again, no cure for stupid. We have to protect people from themselves. If we open up too much, we'll do it. It's a tough situation. Why can a big box store be open and a small, tiny boutique store not be? There's really not a good reason for it. It's tough to have a good explanation. But the business owners are hurting, and we haven't even gotten the idea of the cost of reopening is going to be so tremendous. The fear of the lawsuits when they open is going to be so tremendous. And those for the retail shops, those are the ones that are really going to struggle. They don't know what to do. The restaurants, he opens up outdoor dining. Okay, you got to invest tons of money to be able to have outdoor dining, and you're not going to make it back. So these are tough times.
30 seconds. The nursing home situation, investigations. Do you believe there are going to be legislative hearings? Senator O'Scanlan was calling for subpoena power, et cetera. That's a huge issue.
Huge issue. There are going to be hearings. I fear that, like with everything else, everyone is going to prejudge, and you're either pro-Murphy or against Murphy, pro-opening or against opening.
How about pro-facts, Tom Bergeron?
Well, that would be nice. Listen, that's what we're trying to do. So that would be great. But the unfortunate nature of, look, were there some mistakes? Undoubtedly. Nobody knew what was going on. Nobody knows now. 6 months from now, we're going to look back on what we're doing today and say, gee, we should have done A or B. Everybody's blind here, but there certainly will be hearings. There certainly will be things to come out.
Once again, we appreciate Tom Bergeron, who is the editor and chief content officer at ROI-NJ. Tom, all the best to you, and thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
I'm Steve Adubato. We'll catch you next time.
State of Affairs with Steve Adubato is a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation. Funding has been provided by RWJ Barnabas Health, Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield of New Jersey, MD Advantage Insurance Company, New Jersey Sharing Network, the New Jersey Economic Development Authority, TD Bank, Summit City MD, the Healthcare Foundation of New Jersey, and by the Adler Aphasia Center. Promotional support provided by Jaffe Communications and by the New Jersey Business and Industry Association.